Hey everybody, how you doing? This is about to be a really fun video. Out at the range today for the first time with my brand new Bulite Slinger. You guys that watch the show would know I just picked this thing up. Cheapest thing at the pawn shop that wasn't a high point and something I hadn't filmed yet. This is the kel-tec P17. Am I saying that right? Yeah, P17 22LR. Green's my favorite color, so I got the green one. The interweb says it's a 16+1. Actually came with 3 magazines, which is cool. Kind of, if you never seen one before, it's kind of interesting, a little bit different. So, slide release on both sides right there, pushing down on that lever. Has a pick rail up front. You don't put your little flashlight on there. Something that's also a little bit different is the front sight goes with the slide. Kind of crazy there, huh? But there's the rear sight, green fiber optic front sight. One thing that I did think was odd is it says it has a threaded barrel. So I took this off, but this barrel is so thin and skinny that my can would not thread onto that. So it says it has a threaded barrel, but your standard 22 thread, which is half by 28, I think, will not fit this. It's some kind of goofy, small thread pattern. So we're not flanging shushed Bulites today, but let me just show you everything I brought out here and we're going to get to slinging them. So it did come with this hard case, which is always nice to come with a case. And green, like I said, it came with 3 mags. Here's what I'm gonna run in it today. I got some of the Remington Golden Bulites. These are the 36 grain hollow point. And then I also brought some subsonics to see if it'll run the subsonics. These are the 40 grain Remington 22LR subsonics. Some stuff will run this, some won't. But let's see what the kel-tec thinks about it. Let me see how hard these mags are going to be to load here. All right, so these mags are supposed to be 16+1. Does it have any kind of, you know, 22 sometimes they'll have like a little lever or bar that you can grab to do the spring. Doesn't look like these have that. So let's just try here and see how it goes. There's 1, 2, 3. There's really only one way to load it, almost like a 9mm mag. It is double stacking them in there though. So far, not too bad. I'm gonna try to get as many as I can in all 3 of these, and then we'll see how it runs these supersonics. Be right back. All right, so the one thing I know everybody's gonna ask is, could you actually get 16 in one of those mags? I know you don't want to sit here for 5 minutes and watch me load mags, but this one, yes, I actually got 16 in there. The last 3 or 4 were a struggle where it feels like you're gonna start bending the brass. But I did get it in there, and then the other 2, I think I only put 10 or 12. But to answer the question, yes, I actually got 16 in the mag, but how's it gonna load? Well, it didn't load one in there. So, and that's the magazine that I loaded 16 in. So the first slide grab, it didn't pick up a Bulite. Come on, that's not what we want to see here. That one grabbed one, but I had to manually kind of help it in there. So let's just start right off the bat. Up there at 50 yards, I've got a silhouette, and if we hit it right, it should pop on. Man, that trigger's good. I didn't hit the target. There, we got it. That's what I was trying to do the first time. So I got a Caldwell flashbang on that thing. You guys ought to be able to see that blinking up there. Man, I'll show you this trigger here. That trigger is shorter than what you might expect. But the slide is slow on grabbing the round here. Yeah, that one, the slide almost didn't close. I mean, the sights are on at 50 yards. I'm hitting that silhouette just about every time. So, but let me show you that trigger here. Will the trigger work without the mag? Yes, it will. So just to show you the trigger, most pistolas, you'll come to a wall and then you'll know where it's going to break. This one is fluid all the way through it. The pull does not like increase at a wall. You just all of a sudden, whoop, and it goes. So, yeah, I got 2 more supers. The slide was catching and then barely closing on like 3 or 4 of those out of that mag. Might need to put some oil in this. Let's just go 20 yards and hit some steel here. Yeah, there, it's doing it again. See how that slide is catching there? Didn't close all the way. Done that probably 5, 6, 7 times now. And that's the last round hold open. What does the feed ramp look like there? Pretty gunky and dry. Let me put a drop of oil on there. That gunk might just be brass it's stripping off. Alright, so looks pretty dry. Maybe I should have oiled it before I brought it out here. But here's another mag of supers. Let's just dump this one. Oh, that time it didn't want to close right. And even dumping it, it got hung up on one. So so we're getting some hang-ups for sure. Let me load up some of these subsonics and be right back. All right, so if you know me, then you probably know that I'm a goober. Well, look at how much of a goober I am. I told you the threads weren't working with my can. Well, literally in the bag that came with this, where the tool is to take the thread protector off, is the adapter that would work to fit my can. So I literally looked at this bag, picked it up, took that tool off, and tried to get my can on there, and it wouldn't work, and then put it back in here right next to the adapter that would have worked for my can. So yeah, I'm pretty squirrely like that. Anyways, I just loaded up some of these Remington subsonics. Now, judging that this was having hiccups with the slide closing, I don't really think that had anything to do with it being, well, I don't think it would matter between subsonic or supersonic. What's going to matter is if these subs have enough juice to bring the slide back far enough to grab the next one, which just kind of was giving us so much problems. I'm not very optimistic about it running these subs. See, it's doing it there again, just trying to close the very first round there. Having to push that forward. Let's see what it thinks about the subs. Yeah, same thing. It's getting stuck. Now it's doing it almost every round. Well, I didn't have to hit that one. So, man, on those subs, it was getting caught on the close and going home at least every other time. Let's load up another one of supers. I really don't think that's the problem, but so far, this P17 is kind of a hunk of junk. Slide's not closing. I haven't had anything cause me this much problems in pretty much forever. Bummer. All right, so put some supers in the mag again. Let's just keep it going. Now that one, it just flung out a live round after it had been hit. Slide didn't close again. So that magazine only had one not do it. But what's messed up is, you know, typically when that happens, you're getting around nosedive and getting lodged on the feed ramp. When this slide isn't closing, it's going almost all the way down, and it's catching like just before the very end, just like that, where almost that entire round is already up in the barrel. It's not snagging on the feed ramp, you know. So, really weird. Really weird. But let's do one more mag before we just say this is junk and go on to the next video. All right, one more mag. Let's go up there to 50 yards and get that light blinking on. Let's just go ahead and go one-handed up here. Missed it. Got it that time. Missed it. And had that problem again, where there's a live round almost all the way up in the barrel and the slide's not closing all the way. Definitely better two-handed on this one. And let's just dump the rest. Another one. Lots of problems. So, kel-tec P17. Let me know if you have one of these, if you've had the same problem, but definitely not something I'd be saying you'd be wanting to carry. But I mean, again, they're affordable. If you find a deal on one, like we did this one, it might not be a bad range plinker. It's hard to get anything as cheap as this, period, to get out to the range with. But cool concept, but lots of snags. So fine for a range toy, sure. But like I said, not something I'd be carrying around, depending my life on. Some people want a 22 that's smaller and they can put in their pocket, or lightweight, you know. But if you're gonna do that, I probably wouldn't pick this one. But hey, quick first time at the range with this P17. I'm sure I'm gonna have it out again. Use that adapter and with the can and all that. But maybe it'll work better with a can on it. Sometimes things happen like that. But for some reason, it's wanting to get stuck right there before it closes. And I don't, just doing this right here, I don't feel anything snagging like there'd be a burr up in here, but I'll take a look at it here later. But hey, appreciate y'all watching. Let me know what you think of these P17s. Have you tried one? We'll see you guys on the next one. Hooty-hoo!
Load it up and get it on as soon as you can. 30-06, 10 mil, 50 cal. It don't make a difference, man. We like to shoot and let